Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Dungeons and Dragons. This is episode 7 of The Wild Beyond the Witchlight. Thank you for being here this evening, or if you're watching this on YouTube, thank you for viewing. Hello, players. How are you?
What? Is Morgan Freeman our DM now?
Now, just trying something different. What do you think?
It was beautiful.
Because Morgan
That wasn't a
Freeman.
voice mod. That was just your change of your voice, right?
Buttery in my ear.
That's a lot of support, Sal. Damn, thanks for all them subs, buddy. Appreciate that. So, what do y'all think? Should I keep using that voice? Because it's very easy to do. Okay, fine. I won't do it. Fine. All right. In that case, I want to hear a recap. Then, who wants to tell us about what went down last time? Oh yeah.
Sal does.
I'll tell you.
Okay, Sal, tell me.
We went snail racing, and I was on Quickleaf, and nobody cares about the rest of the other snails' names because I got first.
Fuck! I got first. You.
No, I got first.
No, I got first.
You got second place.
No. I got first on.
You were 1.5. I was 1. Okay. Anyway.
No.
We tied, quote unquote, for first place.
Got first.
We both got a potion of advantage. And then we went to the Pixie Kingdom across just across the way. We met Jeremy Plum, and he gave us all new names. Larry got called Puddle Mud.
Mhm.
I got called Toad Hop. Baka got called Bright Might. And Rick gave himself a name, which is weird, but he's Silver Tongue. Baka and Larry both played hide and seek. I don't remember what they got for that, but I know Baka didn't do very well.
I got more pixie dust.
Oh, okay.
I didn't do very well.
Baka rode Pinecone the pug, and we talked to Biscuit the hamster at the Ferris wheel, who was really good at keeping secrets. And then we talked to some flowers, and Rick got bullied by them. And then we tried to formulate a plan whether we were going to go to the Mine of Mystery, I think is called? Mystery Mines? Or the Gondola Swans. And we decided to separate. We're going to split up, gang.
Okay, yeah, that pretty much covers it. Y'all kind of just goofed around last time, just
Yeah, we
killing
did.
some time till the crowning event, which there is 1 hour remaining, roughly an hour.
Yeah.
And until it happens. So go ahead and have inspiration for the evening, Sal. So,
I'm inspired to have a bigger dick.
not yet. You gotta save it for that. The moment has to
shit,
arise.
okay.
We haven't
Right,
rolled for
right.
anything like that quite yet. But when that happens.
Arise.
All right, we're gonna go hop over to the game page here and put you guys right back where we left you. So let's pop open our map here. Get the carnival back in swing. So you guys had just finished snail racing, and then you and then you went to the Pixie Kingdom and you hung out there.
Mhm.
And after these events, you thought, mayhaps we should formulate what we should do last before the crowning of the Monarch, because there's a lot about to happen potentially with y'all, depending on what you want to do, and how that's going to go down. So, Sal, you said you've all decided to split up, right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, in that case, you are at. Let's see. We'll put you right. Oh, the ping is so tiny. You're kind of hanging out a little bit in the front of the Hall of Illusions, all 4 of you still discussing this, and you've just decided to split up. The floor is y'all's.
Let's split up, gang.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go to this big scary mine. Anybody want to come with?
Yeah, I'll go to the mines with you, Baka.
Alright, so I'm going with you, Sal.
Got a reluctant yes. Let's go. And then
Yeah.
Stovey will take off towards the mines.
Oh, it's been an hour, right? So I also put water on my head.
Okay. You water the flowers on your head. They're still doing it quite nice. Haven't faded or anything. So, which two of you were heading towards the gondola swans?
Me and Richard.
Sal and Richard. Okay, give me just a moment. So, are you guys splitting off right now? Anything you're saying before you separate?
Well, let's meet up at in front of the big top in an hour.
We already got our plan that we discussed secretly, or we're not going to let our viewers know what it is.
I will meet in front of the big top then.
Sounds good.
All right.
Okay, bye. I love unicorns.
Sal.
You are all.
I know
quite-
I am not gonna win. I'm just trying. Just to win.
You guys are all quite enjoyable people. Good luck at the swans. Except for you, Rick.
Hope I don't.
See you at second place, bud.
We'll see about that.
So Sal
Yeah.
and Richard, you both make way towards the gondolas. Larian and Baka, both of you head towards the mines. Okay. So, Richard and Sal, as you're making your way towards the gondola swans, you pass by quite a few things. It is a carnival. There's still tons of attractions and random events and just people having a good time around you. Again, I will remind you there are huge flying insects flying overhead, bubbles as well, people juggling, people on stilts, clowns, face paint, the whole works. And as you're passing by all of this, Sal, you feel a tug at your shoulder as you're walking along.
Which shoulder?
I'll say you're on Richard's left. You feel a tug on your left shoulder.
I look at Rick. What?
No, the other side. Your other shoulder.
Oh, I'm on his left, and it was on my left.
Correct.
Okay, I just looked to my left. What was it?
You see a Kinku staring you at in the face.
Oh.
And she immediately starts motioning you to step off the main path a bit off to the side.
I'll grab Rick's left shoulder as well. I'll go with her.
I tug along.
Okay, so you both go off the beaten path a bit, right in between a couple stalls where it's a little bit quieter. And the Kenker speaks. So, you needed my help. Have you figured anything out?
We're gonna steal the pocket watch.
We've discussed this. We've discussed this.
Yeah, do you happen to have that cupcake that Larion gave you still?
She reaches into her pouch and takes out the cupcake, which it's covered in a bit of hair and dust now.
Mhm.
She holds it in front of her and just nods.
Extra protein.
We might need to be taking that back. I think Sal's gonna go invisible to steal the watch.
Oh, and just a reminder. Looks like this. It's so tiny on the map.
Oh,
Wow.
it's so small.
There she is. She looks like this. So, Kettle Stream kind of looks at the cupcake for a moment, and then back to you, Richard, and just tilts her head a bit and holds it out towards you.
I take it and I hand it over to Sal. Hold on to this. Don't eat it yet.
And also, the reason her voice keeps changing, are either of you, actually, would either of you know about Kenkus?
Not a lot.
Okay, well then then you just think it's very odd that she keeps changing voice tones every time she speaks to you. But she then says, "So, you formulated a plan. Please tell me."
Pickpocket him while I'm invisible.
During the big top ceremony.
Yeah, during the ceremony.
And Sal, I looked at him and I give him a nod that we could tell her this beforehand because she had the cupcake on her still, so she was not an imposter.
True.
Kettlestream nods as you say that, Sal, and then says, A fine plan. We steal from him.
We're gonna cause a distraction during it as well too. It looks like either Larion or myself might be the winner of the Monarch Festival, and we're gonna use that to our advantage.
Do you know how it goes?
No, do you?
The crowning?
She clears her throat and then says, well, the Witchlight Monarch will be led around the big top in celebration as mermaids sing and mimes mime. Mr. Witch stands and applauds from the side, ever so proud.
Yeah, we knew about the standing to the side part.
Does the Monarch win anything specific?
You see her scratch the back of her head and nod, and then shrug right afterwards.
Bragging rights then, huh?
She just
Don't let
stares
your
at you.
head get too big, Rick.
Yeah. Well, we could use you to help us out there in case, for lack of a better term, shit hits the fan.
And what would you have me do?
Oh, cause a ruckus, of course. What you're best at.
So I believe a signal is in order.
Yeah, just watch for the signal.
I love this Kinku.
I'm wondering. I look over at Sal. Should we have the Kinku or I forget her? What's the name of the Kinku? This is
Cattle Street.
Full stream.
No, I'm not saying that in fucking person. This is in history. History check.
I mean, it's Cattle Stream. You success. It was
Yeah.
just Cattle Stream.
He just said that.
How should we get Kettle Stream involved in this? I think we can use the Kinku to make a distraction when one of us loses or wins. What do you think?
Just right when they're about to announce the winner.
Just start
Or
yelling
right
at
after.
them. Yeah, just go
Right
back and
after.
forth, random. I look over at the Kenku, and I'm like, after they announce the winner, go back and forth with different voices. Start yelling, "Yay, yay!" or "Boo, boo!" and all kinds of crazy stuff. Get people's attention.
You
Tell
say
everybody
that,
it's rigged.
and she steps back and holds one hand at her feet as smoke starts to arise and cover her body. And then from the feet up, you see a new figure standing before you, as it looks exactly like you, Richard. And the Kinker says, "Cause a ruckus."
Oh no!
Wait, I'm so
This is
confused.
gonna be
might want to tell him not to. I'm gonna tell her not to
No.
your appearance.
This is his train wreck to have.
You know what?
Let's
You're
watch
right.
this
You're
play
right.
out.
You're right.
How
You're right.
about you don't pick my image though? I'm sure there's some other festival folks you can take. Hey, like that broccoli chef guy.
You can take my image, so I mean, Mr. Witch and Mr. Light know we're a group.
Oh, that's
And
a
if
good
I'm
idea.
missing because I ate the cupcake, you can take my image. I
Yeah,
just
pretend to be
be
Sal.
there. But also use the voice thing.
Pretend to be Sal. And she puts her hand at the ground again, and smoke envelops her once more, and it looks like Sal is standing in front of her.
But
in
I
front
just want
of
to make something clear. No ruckus or no mischievous stuff until the big top, okay? We gotta keep our cool, stay undercover, gather more information. If you want to go around and see if there's any other information that you can get, with the Monarch crowning or anything like that, feel free.
She nods and says, "We got to keep our cool," and then starts walking away.
I couldn't even tell the difference, Rick.
All right.
As
I
it
got
looks
my
like
coat.
Sal is walking away right now.
Yeah.
I think that was me.
Sal, that's your cousin.
The broccoli chef?
No, your other cousin on your mom's side.
Oh. Okay, yeah, that checks out.
Yeah. All right, let's head over to the Swans or whatever they're called. I'm having a rough night.
All right, you guys head to the Gondola Swans. So, enormous swans glide through the water here, pulling ornate wooden gondolas draped in flowers. The swans disappear into banks of silver mist as they wind their way down the river. A jetty extends ahead, and at the end of which, a waiting swan preens its feathers.
All right.
Let's go talk to these swans.
All right, let's go talk to the swans, man. I guess we walk up to the ride entrance.
Yeah, there's a Witchlight hand standing there, and he says, welcome to the Gondola Swans. Only 2 of you today.
There's actually 3, and Rocky pops out of my pouch and hands out his ticket.
Oh, look at
they're
that.
on a date. I'm a third wheel.
Wait, him and The Rock are on a date.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty hard.
Well, you'll find no judgment at the Witchlight Carnival, and he holds out a ticket puncher.
I'll hold my ticket out.
All right, he will punch it.
All right. How do we get this ride started?
Do you give a ticket, Richard?
Oh yeah, we gave Rocky and I gave her tickets. And
All right, both your tickets are also punched, to which the Witchlight hand then motions towards the... I think I call it a gondola? Yeah, gondola. And just nods towards you.
anything we should know about these swans?
Let's see. Well,
I heard they're philosophical.
Maybe. And he looks back towards the swan and says, Featherine is a bit philosophical. I suppose a good tip would be try to humor her.
Oh, of course. All
This
right,
is the
Sal,
right crew.
you ready?
Yeah, let's get it.
We head over to the boat.
Okay, as you approach the boat, the swan turns to you and does a polite bow, and then says,
What was the swan's name? Oh, sorry.
Featherine.
Hello, my name is Featherine, and I'll be pulling you today.
What's up? Then I bow.
Please, take a seat. I could
I'll
fit
also
8 in
bow.
this gondola, but 2 is fine.
3.
There's actually 3 of us, and Rocky's out strutting his arm like. "Grr."
Oh, delightful, please. 3 then.
His name's Dwayne. He's a rock. I step into the boat.
Get in the
Okay.
boat too.
You both climb into the boat, and while the map won't represent this, the swan slowly starts to take off down the river bend. It looks like it winds around the entire area. This ride is probably going to take a good chunk of time. So, as you start drifting through the waters, you could see from the riverside all the attractions and whatnot going on inside the carnival itself, as well as outside of it. It seems there's some small setups on the outside as well. Nothing too extravagant, though. About 5 minutes into your ride, Featherine turns her head slightly towards you both and says, If you don't mind, I'd like to ask my guests questions.
Of
Okay.
course.
What is joy?
This one's all Rick.
I look over at Sal and see his non-creative ass say something. I guess I just see a blank stare.
Yeah, I got nothing. I don't know what joy is.
Yes, joy. Joy is waking up next morning next to a young, beautiful lady after a night of ruckus.
Rockets.
No, my friend, no. I don't mean temporary joy. I mean joy itself. What is happiness? How is happiness?
Hmm.
The fucking unicorns.
I guess it's like, when your heart gets filled up with a bunch of warm and fuzzes, and you just feel good.
You see her lower her head just slightly and say, Such a surface take. Are you jesting at me?
Yeah, of course. No, I know what joy is.
Richard is
Yeah.
a jester.
Well, fine. How about this one then? How do I know you
God
exist?
damn it. You don't. Sal, wait, hold up. Real quick before I say it. Sal, do you got your pipe on you?
Yeah, of course.
Can I take a hit?
I'll pull out my pipe and I'll pack it with a little bit of tobacco. It's tobacco use only pipe.
Okay.
Pack it up. And I'll hand it over to Rick.
Good thing I live in a state that allows other uses out of the pipe, so I add a little sprinkle of my own magic to it, and I light it up. I'm like, oh, 1 second, Swami. I go, and I take a hit and I give it back to Sal. I start coughing my lungs out. All right, what was your question again?
It's literally a long pipe.
How do I know you exist?
It is.
Oh, dude. How do I know you exist? How do we know we're having this conversation right now?
The
What are
world.
words?
We could simply be small creatures in a glass dome from some greater creature's castings. We could just be illusions ourselves, designed to look real and feel real and sense and love, yet, in the end, we're merely smoke and mirrors.
Yeah, we could just be some wizard's cast off and or part of a storybook that he's showing off. Or we could be just a speck of sand on a beach.
We could be. And in a world like this so full of magic, is time an illusion itself?
I've heard people say time is an illusion.
Hey, Swanee, you ever realize when you're having fun, time goes fast? And when you're not having fun, time goes slow.
So in one way, time can never truly be measured, you're saying?
Exactly. It's different for all. How do I know that, I'm at a different point of my life compared to you? What if you had more joy or fun in your life, and this is actually a lot more advanced than where I'm at? Because time moves differently. We might not be having this conversation at the same time.
Then as the universe as a whole, as a tiny speck of nothing, where would you say you exist at this moment?
God damn it. I'm like, well, I think I'm here, but I don't know that.
But if you're here and I'm here, doesn't that make it our time?
Or am I just staring against a brick wall and you guys are just voices in my head?
Oh my god.
We could be. I could be an illusion of your mind, something manifested just through your own whims. Your friend, maybe he was never been here this entire time. Perhaps
Ooh.
none of this is real.
Or perhaps all of it is. I look like that.
She giggles slightly and
was it?
says, "Oh, I like you."
What was in that nectar we had earlier?
It's not the nectar bud. It's the bud.
What?
So she continues to debate and discuss this back and forth with you as you slowly head around the river bend. And we're going to jump to our other team real quick that's moving on to the mystery mine.
Oh damn, this was starting to get good.
They got a long ride, believe me, they got some more stuff in store.
no, it's good.
Let's see. So Larian and Baka.
Oh wait, hold on, I need to switch over. Okay.
Oh, okay. You good?
Yep.
All right. So, you approach this odd-looking mine. It looks like
But I
it has...
can't see anything.
Oh, yeah, not yet. I haven't transitioned yet.
Okay, I'm so sorry.
Propelled by a magic, minecarts laden with fairgoers trundle into an opening carved like a dragon's mouth. The carts reappear moments later on the far side of the attraction. with the passengers expressing a mixture of bewilderment, fear, and excitement. Near the entrance, a male dwarf dressed like a wizard shouts, "Unlock the mysteries of your mind and the mystery mine!" He has bushy eyebrows, wears a pointy hat, and holds a large clockwork contraption shaped like a giant eye.
Wait, how does he wear the clockwork? What's the clockwork contraption?
Something he's holding in both of his hands.
Oh, Jesus. Oh my god, look at the carts.
Wait, oh my god, there's faces on them.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Uh,
Those are...
and
those are
I kind of look at Larry for a minute. Yeah, I want to do this.
There's just
Go on up there, Larry.
they're just cards. There's nothing to be afraid of. I guess I'll move up
Yeah.
towards this guy.
Yeah, okay.
Hello, potential cart riders. You wish to ride?
Yes.
Yeah. How does this work?
You will ride the carts, travel through another dimension, and return here, safe and sound.
How long are we gonna be gone?
The ride takes a little under an hour, if you will.
Oh, that's You ready, Baka?
Are there any unicorns on this? Because that's the thing that I love the most.
No, I'm afraid this ride is not for the faint of heart. You see, if you wish for the true experience, you must look into my eye, but only if you intend to truly ride.
What happens if we ride and don't look into your thing?
Well, then it'll be a fun, quick little circle, and you'll be done.
That's not too bad.
Hold on.
Put my hand on Baka's shoulder. It's gonna be okay. Don't worry. It's just a ride. There's nothing to be afraid of.
Okay.
I bet those cards are the scariest thing.
And I go up to Stovey. Oh, damn it. Stovey. Hold on. God damn it. Okay, there we go. I go up to Stovey, I give him a kiss, and I give him a little pat on the head, and I say, "I love you," as I give him a little hug. And then I go, "Okay, I'm ready." And then I pull out my ticket and I'm like, "I'll look into your evil eyeball."
He takes out his ticket puncher and punches your ticket and looks to you, Larian.
My ticket.
Okay, he punches yours too, pockets his ticket puncher, and holds up the contraption with the eye that starts looking in every direction, then locks eyes with you, Baka, and blinks one time. It then turns to you, Larian, like it's examining you up and down until it locks eyes with you and just blinks one time. The dwarven wizard lowers the contraption and says, "Very well, it is known now." So, he looks towards the carts and then back at you two. Is it only you two? No more?
Yeah, just us.
Just us.
A small ride. 4. 4 will happen then. 4's enough, I suppose. So, a rule as you enter. When you sit down in a cart, do not exit it. Strap yourself in. No matter what you see, you must maintain yourself. People have been known to go mad in the mystery mine.
Cool.
Cool.
Very good. Hop in and strap down.
Does it matter which cart? Is there anybody else on getting on this cart? Or like on this ride with us?
It looks like it's just you two right now.
Hell yeah, we get to pick which cart we want.
Like a cart.
And both of you could
Purple.
fit in the same cart, even though they look kind of small.
Do we sit in the
Purple.
same cart?
If you wish.
Yeah, you can sit with me if you want.
Pretend I'm in it. It's good enough.
Very well.
I don't take up much room. I'm like
Have
child
fun,
size.
and remember, beware the mystery mine. And he pulls a lever next to him, and the car and starts slowly rolling up around the track towards this.
Is it like an actual roller coaster where like the bar comes down for us? Like,
Yeah, there's a bar inside that kind of clicks you and locks you in spot. A little bit like a roller coaster, maybe not exactly, but
So what you're saying is this was like me on a roller coaster as a child. And whoever's sitting next to me, I have like a huge ass gap.
oh, I got some rope. I take some rope out and I tie it around Baka and me. There, nice and secure.
all right, you try to tie her down to the best of your abilities in the cart, and you guys.
Yeah, it's like to my waist and to the the bar in front. Just make sure it's like kind of interlocked a little
For
bit.
real. I used to
So
go
I
on
can
roller
hold on to it.
coasters, and that would happen to me. So I would always be like this on the roller coaster. Everybody's like, "It was such a great time. Put your hands up." I'm like, "I'm falling out." No.
I don't think Sal or Richard would believe me if I lost Baka on a roller coaster.
Yeah.
I sneeze.
Not so sure. I'm not so sure about this.
Nick, are your
I'm
ears
looking real
burning?
nervous.
You know what my cock is. I'm sorry. Edit that out.
So you both are in this cart as it starts pulling around towards the front of this dragon's mouth. And as soon as you enter this dragon's mouth, you are in a whole new world, it looks like. Maybe it looks like it could be part of the carnival, but you see tall cliffs in the distance, large waterfalls, forests, and the track, it doesn't even look like you're really on a track anymore. So your cart tuts along on this, we'll call it a fade track. As right now everything looks peaceful until suddenly, as you're scooting forward, a group of 15 bats just flutter by. I need you to both make a wisdom savings throw. The DC is very easy.
Just a wisdom savings throw.
Mm-hmm.
Not easy enough.
Okay, and it looks a little like this also when you're going through. But
Yeah.
the bats go by and they're about as lackluster as you can imagine. Neither of you are even blinked when they went by.
I still don't like it.
The
I freak
skies,
out a little.
the skies start to dim just a little bit as the carts continue. And as they continue, you see a figure behind some bushes right next to the tracks as he slowly rises out of it and then pops up and starts waving his arms, and it looks like just a wooden dummy that's kind of just waving its arms back and forth. Make another wisdom savings throw.
I still jump at it. Ah!
Yeah, you both succeed again. You see it, and you kind of as it pops up, and it looks like this ride's made for toddlers. As you both just scoot
I'm
past this
terrified.
again.
All right.
This oh, go ahead.
There's supposed to be an hour of this.
Yeah, we'll say time goes by fairly quickly as these tiny little scares keep happening, and the skies go dimmer and dimmer until suddenly everything just goes completely dark. And about 5 seconds of darkness pass until suddenly, as soon as light comes back, it looks like you're traveling on a large cake with strawberries and fruits and just food abound all around. It looks like a feast you could hop out and just eat.
Ooh!
No. Nah,
I
I'm just kidding. It looks pretty good.
Wait a minute, did it change?
The map's not changing. No, I don't have that map, I'm afraid. But
Sorry.
as you're looking around at these nice fruits and cakes and whatnot, you suddenly see and hear a buzzing sound. It sounds like a locust goes by and suddenly just falls into your cart and stops moving. And the fruit around you slowly starts to decay as the cake frosting starts to turn to a deep red viscous fluid. Ooze, slime, and mold start pouring out of all the foods around you as rot seems to fester in every direction.
Oh,
I need you to make another wisdom savings throw, both of you. Baka, you with disadvantage.
Wait, how do I do that?
Just roll again.
Okay.
Roll twice. Ooh, spooky. Huh? How do you roll 320? Yeah.
I don't know.
This is
They're
Tesla.
18s.
So,
yeah, you're running 3 18s in a row.
Larian, you sort of take it slightly aback looking at all of this sudden rot. This is leagues stepping up from what you've been seeing on this ride so far. Baka, it's almost difficult for you to breathe, seeing everything around you as it is right now. As you close your eyes tightly and just try to focus your mind, because you almost feel like you need to leap out of this car and get out of here right now. Like something feels just very, very wrong about everything around you. But you maintain your composure and take a deep breath and open your eyes.
Hey, I want to cast, I'm fucking terrified. Shit, can I do this? What would I need to do to find out what this is? Like
What do you want to do?
magical. I'm trying to figure out if it's like what type of magical thing this is.
Oh, make an Arcana check.
Okay. Where's my 21?
You're not. You know this has to be some type of magic, but you're not sure. Or honestly, you're not even sure if you're back in the in Faerun still. You might not even be in your own dimension at the moment.
Is there any other type of investigation check that I can like get any other kind of information? I mean, like even the slightest like. Oh fuck! I don't like it.
Maybe in a moment, as you're doing you
Okay.
did your Arcana check, you're still trying to sense for magic, and you're pondering. Larry, and you kind of
I'm
glance
freaking
down
out.
at Baka. She looks like she's having a hard time controlling herself, and as you look at her, you see her her eyes go wide, and she kind of starts gritting her teeth, almost like she's starting to lose herself a bit. And then you see one of her hands start cracking and twisting, and another hand starts cracking and twisting as her neck cracks and her back cracks as she starts bending, as her arms start growing larger and she starts growing a maw. And as you see this, you see teeth, pointed teeth sprouting out of this maw, and then you feel your hand twitching as it too starts to crack. Your body convulses, your arms feel like they're breaking, you feel like you're changing. Make a wisdom savings throw with disadvantage, Larian.
God damn. Why do we go on
Gross. This is gross. I knew I didn't want to come here.
Larian, so you feel like you're experiencing something that you've wanted to stifle. You feel like everything around you is twisting and changing into this monster. As you see your arms change and grow fur, your tunic gets slashed as your muscles expand outward and start getting coated in fur. Long claws form from your hands and shoot out of your boots, and a huge snout appears in front of you as you feel like you're losing your mind. We're going to transition back to the Gondola team and see how they're doing.
Ah, Jesus Christ.
So,
Will.
Richard and Sal, this swan has been boring you to death with these philosophical questions as you've been
So
traveling
glad y'all went there.
for about 30 minutes. on this swan's back. And she continues the conversation you were having before and saying, "So if a wizard had created us all simply for his entertainment, then who created the wizard?"
Well, another wizard, of course.
But what about that wizard?
I stop for a moment and I just kind of look at the swan. I'm like, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. So nothing truly matters because everything already is. I see.
Well, you have to figure out what actually matters to you. It doesn't matter if we're specks on the sand, hair follicles on a beard. You still have to find out what truly matters to you, what you care about. And for me, that's my friends.
You have friends?
I see. So, in this moment, in this version of now, in a million different nows, where I'm pulling you here, this is what I am joyful for.
You're
So
talking
this is
to us? Or
Of course, you're the
doing your
only ones
job?
around me right now.
well, I agree. That's joy for me too. Joy knowing that I have people to talk to and rely on.
I say, you two have been good sports this whole time. Would you like to ask me any questions?
I look over at Sal. Yeah, you're the bird expert.
I'm a master of bird law. What is the meaning of life?
The meaning of life. A question we've all sought to answer through adventures and stories and families and generations. A very difficult
Rick
question.
over here.
The meaning of life could simply be doing what one wants. For others, it's doing what one wills. And for even others, it's about control. And others, about freedom. The meaning of life varies in so many ways, but in the end, we're all specks, as your friend had said before.
Specs with a purpose that we decide for ourselves.
What's the meaning of your life?
Well, that's an easy question, silly. The meaning of my life is to pull people around in a gondola for entertainment.
Is it the will of another?
It is.
Who would that be?
The owners of the Witchlight Carnival, or current owners, I
Wait.
should say.
Witch and Light. What about the previous owners?
It was the same.
Do
Have
Witch
you-
and Light treat you better?
I say they draw more of a crowd, but better? Better is relative, because to speak of better, we must say that it is something that is increased in some sort of innate value. Perhaps it increased my happiness. Perhaps it increased my time to talk with others, which in turn is more happiness. Perhaps it lowered the amount of people I have to deal with, which could be happiness in some circumstances. So better is hard to answer.
Do you dream?
I wonder if we all dream sometimes. Again, perhaps this is a dream itself, or perhaps it's not. There's no way to know, so in one way we're always dreaming, and in another, no one dreams.
Well, let me read it. Do you have thoughts about your future of doing something else? For example, I dream about having millions of ladies next to me.
Well, I can't say I have such extravagant dreams, but my mind is always in the here and now. I don't need to rest. I don't need to eat. I simply pull the gondola and talk to my visitors.
Well, if you weren't doing this, what would you want to do?
An impossible question to answer. I only exist to
Of course
pull
not.
the gondola.
I disagree.
But then what would happen if there was no gondola?
Or no circus, or no carnival.
Yeah.
Then there would be no need for me.
Then what would you
What
do?
would happen to you? Would you just
Hmm.
die?
perhaps I would be turned into something more useful.
You've been turned to something. Wait, were you something before you were a swan?
Perhaps. Perhaps we all were something before what we are. It depends on how you view the way life works. In death, do our souls retain on this realm and simply seek another vessel? Do they travel to beyond for those that believe in the gods to serve in whatever kingdoms they may rule over? Or perhaps we're all chosen to be vessels at one point or another for the gods themselves and simply be their playthings in our short existence here.
You mean like Zybilna?
Zybilna, that's the Fey goddess, yes?
Yeah.
Perhaps we are simply all her instruments to enjoy this realm's offerings.
But you don't believe in free will, then?
No, of course not. Free will is a myth.
I disagree.
I believe you're here right now talking to me in this moment, in this reality, and this version of it, because you simply were meant to.
It's fate.
He's got you there.
Destiny.
Well, was it my destiny then to jump off the boat?
Perhaps. Perhaps when you jump off, you swim to shore and a nice young lady asks if you're alright, and then you hit it off and become married and have children, and your life goes on. Or perhaps you jump off this boat, swim to shore, and one of the Witchlight hands question why you do something so foolish and escorts you out of the carnival, away from your friends. Or perhaps a million different scenarios could play out from that. We could only know if you do it, and if you did it, you were supposed to.
But also, a million different variations can occur. I could decide to stay in the boat, but another version of me could decide to jump out. And because of that, there's splits.
That is very true. Different realities of different yous doing different actions. One version of you, a family man, the other version, perhaps a petty thief. Another version, a master musician. Another version, a simple juggler. Perhaps they already all exist.
So you're saying that there's destinies for each exact version of me?
Each one, in each reality.
Or can I cause a variant and cause a new chain?
I would argue that's impossible. You are you right now, and what you do is what you're meant to do, and what will happen because of what you did.
But what if I do what I'm not meant to do? Will that cause a new chain or a new branch to breach out?
I'm afraid you'd need some powerful magics to know what you weren't to do.
It'd be a paradox, wouldn't it?
Are you asking me?
Just in general, it's just a question.
To
If you
create
have
a
an answer for
paradox,
it.
one would need knowledge of what is supposed to happen, which I don't mean to insult, but are either of you divinationers of some sort?
No.
Then everything is meant to be.
Then why not try to change it up? And why not try to do something different and leave the carnival? Why wouldn't you do that?
Because I'm not compelled to.
What about... Oh, yes, I'm sorry.
So then, I don't know how to ask this question. What was the bugbear's name?
I could tell you, or you can try to fight for it. What do you want?
I'm gonna give me a history check or something.
Do a history check. I'll tell you if you get it right. You got to beat a 10.
Where is history? There it is.
You think his name was Biggins?
Yeah. Okay, so Biggins, the bugbear, he was asking for our help. You know Biggins. He says he comes here very often.
I'm afraid I don't know a Biggins.
Richard, you remember Biggins?
Are you talking about Burley?
Burley.
No, I'm pretty sure it was Biggins.
I know a Burley.
The big pumpkin guy. I think his name's Burley.
Yeah, Biggins.
He's big, but I think his name's Burley.
What? So,
Is that what we're talking about? The pumpkin guy?
Yeah, Biggins.
So
You know,
Burley. Burley comes here a lot with you, doesn't he?
Yeah, he said he hangs out with you all the time.
He does. It's so much fun to back and forth with him on the value and whimsies of life and its purpose and existence.
What's his take?
His take on what?
Is everything
Life. Do we have
destiny?
free will? Does he think, yeah.
Oh my. Last I spoke to Burley about free will, it got a little heated. He's insistent on he creates his own destiny, which I can only sigh at.
I really like this Biggins guy. I think we should help him.
What about, has he ever mentioned anything to you about a pocket watch?
Well, I believe he has. What's a pocket watch's relevance to you?
Oh, just one in particular to Mr. Witch. I'm intrigued with its magic.
Oh, Mr. Witch's watch. Well, that's no secret. Of course. What about it?
What do you know about it?
Well, it's the watch that allows us to travel wherever. We all get off of the attractions. He uses his watch, and the entire carnival packs up inside of it. And then we travel to our next destination.
Has Burley ever mentioned anything about the watch to you?
Not particularly. We've spoken of it and how wild and mystical such an item could be. But beyond that, no.
Does he talk to you about any of the owners of the carnival at all?
Not really. We speak of Mr. Witch and Mr. Light occasionally. They are eccentric characters, after all. I really would like to have a time discussing philosophy with Mr. Witch, but opportunity has yet to present itself.
What do you think about liars, Featherine?
Liars serve their purpose as anyone else.
What if Mr. Witch and Mr. Light were liars?
Then they were meant to be liars. I don't understand the question.
I don't either.
If they were liars, then I suppose that, well, they lie, either all the time or a lot.
Maybe they're the ones causing this illusion that's plagued your mind.
But how can we be sure this is an illusion? Perhaps this is all very real. Perhaps I'm just an oversized swan that could fly out of here and go live a life elsewhere, if I so wish to.
But if a known liar tells you this sentence is a lie,
Would you believe them?
yeah, would you?
If a known liar told you this sentence is a lie, I would assume they're lying and that the sentence was a truth.
But then they would be truth tellers and not liars anymore.
Then they would no longer be a liar.
Well, that's the liar paradox. What about this? Hypothetically speaking, since you believe that we're all supposed to be here and now, do you think there's some kind of divine power that can change what our destiny is? Or do you think it's already set up? Is there some power above that that already has the concrete put in place?
Well, perhaps there is another being with a concrete thing in place, or perhaps it's just the way the weave itself molds everything and everyone. And whatever its purpose is for all of us is simply just is. Perhaps it has no reason at all. There's truly no way to tell. But we cannot deny there are magics that could solve such mysteries. But such magics are normally lost on the normal folk. I myself have never seen anyone here, at least spoken to anyone with such capabilities.
Do you know of such magics, though?
Oh, of course not. The magic to bend time and reality, that is impressive, to say the least. That's something that you would find choosing to take a ride in my gondola.
Well, what about like a mystical pocket watch that can basically travel from place to place? That would be something along that line.
Oh, you misunderstand. The pocket watch was not Mr. Witch's originally, but it does not simply allow teleportation. It just packs this entire carnival up, and then, using fey magics and whatnot, we create rides and ways to fly to our next destination.
But even isn't packing it up in a way manipulating physical space?
It is, shrinking everything down to the size of a pea with the mere click of a button.
And in this carnival itself, how many days does it last approximately?
The Witchlight Carnival is normally around for roughly a week in whatever realm it's at the time, which right now I believe this is Faerun? Is that right?
Yeah.
So we've been here for a week?
Oh, no. This is the first day of the carnival here. After today, we will pack up and travel along the coast to a much further destination, land and let the people there enjoy our festivities.
And that'll be considered day 2?
That is correct.
How did Mr. Witch get the pocket watch? Do you know?
I'm not completely sure. Perhaps he struck a deal with the previous owners. What he could have offered, I have no idea.
Do you believe the time in the carnival moves differently than the time outside of the carnival?
Well, it has to. You yourself said earlier, depending on if you're having fun, time transitions differently. And if we're inside the carnival, which is a natural habitat for fun, then time must move faster here than anyone else, by your own logic.
Could magics cause time to move faster? I know we talked about happiness and joy, but what about magic?
This I actually know of. I believe there's a slightly more adept spell known as haste that does as such.
But that just makes time move faster or slower for the user, or
Correct.
whatever it's applied on.
I wonder if being in different realms of time moves differently between realms. Do you know anything about that?
I simply could not say. As far as I'm aware, I'm in one realm in this one spot.
Well, we're in the Fey realm, correct?
No, no, this is not the Fey realm.
I thought we were in the Fey realm. I've been smoking that pipe too much.
Your land is Faerun, your continent, your world. The Fey realms are where many of the folk here are originally from. Well, the pixies more so.
Is that where I would find Zabilna?
If I had to guess, I would assume so. She is a Fey goddess, after all.
I'm curious. I'm wondering if, if you spend an hour inside the Fey realm, that would be like a week in the physical realm, or vice versa.
Curious. For some reason, I can't recall. I feel like I should know this, but... either way, a silly question. I have never been to the Fey realm, as far as I'm aware.
Just interesting to think about time, space, and different realms, you know?
Oh, it is fascinating to discuss the possibilities of alternate realities and purpose. And I'll say you go back and forth with the Swan continuing these philosophical discussions. You've made a little over halfway around this river bend. And we are going to transition back to our other group.
Uh-oh.
Sal
Uh-oh.
and Larian.
Sal.
Hey, Sal, come
Not
here.
Sal.
Join this
Not
over
Sal.
here.
Not Sal. Baka and Larian. Baka and Larian. I really wanted to say Sal. I don't know why. Larian,
I
you
am
have...
Sal now.
You seem to have transformed as you're looking at your hands and these claws. You have become some sort of beast, perhaps a werebeast. And you look at Baka, a smaller version, just kind of lashing, struggling to get out of the cart. Baka, As you look up at Larian, you just see him staring in horror and huge eyes at you. But he looks completely normal. You're actually kind of confused about it.
What does Baka look like to me?
She looks like she turned into some sort of miniature werewolf. As of you.
How is this gonna go?
No.
I know exactly what I'm gonna try and do. I'm gonna reach out. I'm gonna reach out and try and be like, hey, what's wrong? They slowly bring my claws
Baka
towards
looks over towards you, Larian. You see her turn her head to you with crazy eyes and just almost like she's starting to just foam at the mouth and reach a claw towards you.
No, don't look at me.
Wait, what?
Stop! No!
I'm still gonna keep trying.
Ah!
A few minutes go by like this, as you're caught in your worst nightmare, Larian, until you enter a cave mouth and everything goes dark again. And then when you pop out the other side, you realize you're back at the carnival, and you're completely fine, as is Baka. The ride comes to a complete stop, as the dwarf wizard steps forward and says, "Well, did you experience true fear?"
I'm on fire, like what I normally keep down. I'm like heated up. My hair's
I'm like scrambling to get the fuck out of this thing.
Yeah,
like
I'm like pushing this thing,
falling out, just falling over, getting the fuck out of this thing.
Baka, you hastily try to get the ropes off of you as you get away from Larry, and he's actually quite hot right now. His hairs are almost like glowing and standing up on him as he is just sitting there motionless.
Got cinders. I imagine I probably got cinders and shit I'm putting out. Stop!
I try to undo the rope and push the get us off this cart.
You push up the bar and just remove the rope and hop out, to which the dwarf bows and says, "Please, if you wish to face the greatest horrors yet, come back to the mystery mine."
I'm walking away. Like, I'm just going down over here, and I'm like looking up and like trying to breathe.
Stovey at this point would have come and gathered me. I'm just hugging his stack as he walks me off. That was horrible. There were no unicorns.
Larian, I need you to write this down as well. You have a new affliction. Just write down nightmares, and I'll tell you later what happens from that.
I don't like it here anymore.
You both hop off the ride and step away from the mine carts. It doesn't look like anyone else is in line for this. This dwarf goes back to casually just sitting down and looking around for any crowds that come by or anyone who wants to try to come enjoy his ride.
No, I'm fucking done here. I don't give a shit about any of this. Fuck this. I'm out. Fuck investigating.
I'm just kind of like staring up at the sky, and I'm a little out of it.
No, I just saw my worst nightmare. Everything was rotten.
Oh, I'm sorry about that, Baka.
It was all rotten.
We should just forget about that and head back up to the big top. See if maybe they have a more productive adventure.
Did I get any negative effects from that?
You got terrified, but no, you feel fine. No.
Okay. Alright. I hold my shit together. That was the worst.
I didn't like that either.
And I'm like still putting cinders out. You almost set me on fire.
Yeah. And I bring it back in, and I'm back to normal, not aflame. Sorry about that too.
I pull out like my little spell book and like I tear a sheet out at the very end and I like start making like I make a little fan and I just start fanning myself. I'm like,
Yeah, I just
Jesus
oh,
Christ.
I lean down. I start like kind of like pat out the spots. Sorry, I kind of messed up your outfit here. Sorry.
Oh no, this is fine.
Yeah, it might
holes
even
in
be
it
an
anyway.
improvement.
There were holes in it anyways.
Oh, I thought the holes were on purpose.
Oh my god, that was awful. Okay, there's definitely shit going on there.
Yeah, let's. I don't want to do that again.
No. I don't either.
Someone even ask questions. I don't like that dwarf guy anymore.
I don't either.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
Questions split. All right, sounds good. we go.
All right.
We
Where you
just
guys
leave.
going?
Where
Fucking-
should we go? Come back to
There's
us.
a big top.
I mean, we could go straight to the big top. There was something else I
Well-
wanted to check out, but I need to look at the map.
How long has it also been?
It's been
Actually,
about 50 minutes.
No, we might as
Oh
well
yeah, we really need to get back to the big top.
head back to the big top.
Okay. That will take us back to our gondola team. Gondola. I'm saying it wrong the whole time.
Evil eye bullshit.
The swan pulls back up to the end of the dock and stops and says, "You two have been such good sports. It's been delightful going back and forth with you."
You blew my mind, Featherine.
I do have one last thing I would like to talk to you about before we leave,
Of course.
and it's another question for you. How can something be taken away if it's not physical?
Well, if it's not physical and be taken away, it can easily be taken through other means. Perhaps your joy has been taken. Perhaps your sadness has been taken, or twisted and turned to joy. Perhaps.
But how does someone?
Oh,
sorry.
No. Go ahead.
But how does someone take that from someone else?
Well, if you look at a baby and it's sitting there enjoying itself, and then you make a spooky face at it, and then suddenly it's crying, you immediately took whatever joy it had.
Do you get that joy though, or does it disappear?
It depends. I would have to imagine if someone would do that, they did it so they could have joy themselves. For some, perhaps they just find joy in tormenting others.
What about abilities? Taking away someone's abilities.
What do you mean?
Yeah, Rick can't write.
Yeah, you just-
He's just
Yeah.
You never learned how to write.
fucking blood.
I know how to write, but I can't write anymore.
How do you not write anymore?
Rocky, Dwayne, give me a pen and paper.
Featherine turns actually floats around to look at you while not pulling the gondola anymore, staying really close. And Dwayne takes out a pen and paper and hands it to you.
And I try writing something on it.
And then Featherine looks at this and then says, "Perhaps your quill is lacking ink?"
And then I hand it over to Dwayne. I'm like, Dwayne, write an autograph for me.
And he scribbles like just a massive X on the piece of paper.
So,
Getting better at it.
yeah, you used to only have one before.
He's got practice.
It's 2 lines now. So
Fa-
great.
Featherine sees this and says, "Oh my, it looks like it's not the tools, but the user himself. You truly can't write."
I was able to before.
This can certainly be some type of magic. Anyone can take joy from someone else through means we discussed earlier, but there may be creatures that have nefarious magics that can do the same. Such a strange way to spend such power, but witches and hags and swamp creatures, I have heard stories of such.
Do you mind giving us a quick rundown?
Well, a magic can exist to simply take something from someone depending on a set of circumstances. Perhaps you're face to face with someone else and they cast a spell and suddenly you can no longer speak. It's not because your vocal cords have been severed or closed, the words simply just don't exist for you anymore. They're taken. Perhaps they're written down on a parchment from the other caster. Perhaps they're stored in a small bead of some type of magic and rare metal.
Oh, it didn't come through. Death Note.
Or the same could be said for your handwriting. Perhaps a set of circumstances led to that.
Would you know of any way to get it back?
Well, this is all assumptions, if this is even what happened in the first place, but if we're talking a being taking something from you, my guess would be to find the being.
Thanks, Swan Guy. It's been real.
It's Featherine.
And I give him a wink, or her a wink.
She bows to you and says, "Even if you do not know my name, I appreciate the talk."
It was a good combo.
Take
I'll
my
catch you
pipe
later.
out. I just gotta hit it just one more time.
Sal, did you remember that? Oh, you didn't. Some of my stuff's still in there, bud.
Oh god.
No! No! He's gonna. Oh my god, he has to fucking function!
Alright, we hop out. I say bye to the Swan. Rocky or Dwayne gives her an autograph, and we
That's
keep
so
going.
cute. Now
I-
Sal's.
I stagger a little bit while I get out of the boat.
Oh, good god.
Where are you guys heading?
To the big top.
All right. You make your way towards the big top. And it doesn't take long to get there. And you see standing out in front, you can see Larian kind of standing there with his arms crossed and just looking towards the ground and away a bit. And Baka just, doing her usual, just looking around at everything, excited about everything in general.
I have holes in one of my arms. Whichever one was closest to Larry singed a little bit more than the other. It's fine.
I just look at them. What the hell happened to you guys?
It was awful. I don't want to talk about it.
Hey Sal, show Larry on what you got back.
We're just both silent, and we just got no. I don't even want to talk about it. It was terrible in the beginning. It was terrible at the end.
Pull out the cupcake with dust and hair on it. And I say,
Ew.
look.
And I just stare at it, and I stare at this like disgusting looking cupcake, and I just start crying.
So we
I step forward in front of it to play block review. Oh, you got nothing to Kanku?
yeah, we talked to the Kenku. Here's the plan. And I go over basically saying how Sal's gonna eat the cupcake and go invisible on stage and steal the pocket watch from Mr. Witch. While the Kenku is gonna pretend to be Sal in the audience and hang out with you guys.
All right. Yeah, that works. Oh, so we got the cupcake back.
And then, do you still want whoever loses to make a ruckus? Been using ruckus a lot tonight.
Are you asking me? Because right now I'm bawling my
I'm
eyes
asking
out.
that. I'm asking Larry.
Yeah, I think something to draw attention and at least get Mr. Witch's attention. That's the main person that he should not be paying attention to his immediate surroundings.
How about you give me some of that pixie dust then?
All right, yeah, I have two. You can have one.
Cool. I say whoever loses goes up and makes a big fuss about it and takes the pixie dust and flies around. I could play a song and yell. You can make your hair go on fire or something like that. Or if we both lose, we both do that. But we know I'm winning anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Right. So I'll give Rick one of my pixie dusts.
Rick's gonna need.
Do whatever you think was best with that, I guess.
Do either of y'all want this? And I hold up my potion of advantage.
No.
Sure. Wait, how does it work? Do I have to drink it ahead of time and it lasts for like a little while?
What is it specifically?
Potion of advantage. I don't know how it works or what it does.
Let me see. I had it.
I think they
in
told us.
here. Yeah, I read
When you
told us,
that.
drink
but I
this
didn't get
potion,
right with
you gain advantage on one ability check, attack roll, or saving throw of your choice. That I make within the next hour.
There you go.
Yeah, sure, I'll take it.
Alright. And I
Rick,
give
you want
my
mine?
potion.
And the big top's about to start, right?
Sal, keep yours.
I'm gonna drink it. I'm just
There
gonna
are
drink
people
it.
pouring into the big top right now.
I see Larry drinking his potion, and I'm like, drink it real fast.
Is it like on the hour right now?
It's a couple minutes out till the show begins.
All
Okay,
right.
so I'm just gonna give myself, like, I guess, inspiration, basically.
Okay.
I guess we walk on in.
Yeah, let's head on and grab some seats. Let's try to get, I guess, like, front seats. So
Like, drying my
You know,
tears as
we're
after
up
I
more.
hand over the potion.
it's okay,
Alright.
Baka.
You guys start
Food can't
approaching
hurt you.
the big top from one of the side entrances here. Oh, I'll give you some big top music too. So, as you walk towards this side entrance, you actually, I think Baka, you might be able to see him. You can see Mr. Light sitting on a tightrope, just waving to the crowd and calling out, "Yes, yes, take your seats, please. The event begins soon. Please. Ah, yes, young lady, come, sit, sit. The crowning is soon." It just keeps talking to folks as they enter in.
I don't really know where to go.
I eat the cupcake.
Let's go to the left over here.
Before
It's
Sal
good.
eats the
Follow Larry.
cupcake, though, I shake my ass at him like he's never seen before, like the Hildebrand quest line, ass shaking, twerking going on, and I give him, I cast Bardic Inspiration onto him.
Okay, you cast Bardic Inspiration on him, and also, Sal, you feel a hand on your shoulder again. This one feels a bit more human than before. As a character steps up beside you and says, "I said it once, I'll say it again. Fuck you, Rick."
The resemblance is uncanny.
Great entrance.
I tell the second me to go in my place.
Okay, I'm gonna give you, I don't know what the invisibility icon is, so we're just gonna give you this.
I have no idea this is happening.
Yeah, that works.
It
Yeah,
says
we have no
blind
idea
in
what's
the front.
happening.
Yeah, that works.
And, fake Sal walks in and just stands behind you all.
Oh, hey, Sal, come on, we're gonna sit up front over here.
So Sal, your token's actually invisible, so if you walked in, you're still invisible.
All right.
Is this this is Candlefoot and Palasha.
Yep, they're standing there greeting
hey!
people. And they,
Hey, you two.
see you coming by, and Candlefoot, oh, hey, it's you guys, hey, welcome to the crowning of the Witchlight Monarch. I could say that out loud, that's amazing.
Yeah,
Ah,
that's
glad to
great.
hear
It's
it.
great to hear your voice. Yeah.
I take the
it's-
long way around.
It's good to see all of you as well.
You think I'm gonna win?
Well, maybe. I don't know, honestly.
Well, if I were you, I'd be rooting for me. How cool would it be saying that the guy playing at your wedding was the Monarch King?
I mean, that would be awesome. I'm rooting for you. I'm rooting for all of you. I hope you all get it.
Hell
Maybe there'll
yeah.
be 4 this time.
Wait, there could be multiple people win?
No, there's always only one, but I don't know.
Oh.
Maybe, right?
So, who announces that the winner? Is it Mr. Light?
Well, kinda. What he's holding more so. And he points up towards Mr. Light's holding the scepter.
Ah, the magic scepter.
The thing of whatever.
The
Where's that
Witchlight vein.
Yeah, the Witchlight. Kind of where I have it in a minute.
But please, you
All
can.
right.
Why don't you sit next to us? Yeah, we're all
Yeah, of course.
we're buds. Yeah, lock all these seats right next to me. Go ahead.
Oh, and this is Sal, our real friend Sal.
Wait, of course it's Sal.
Yeah, what?
Remember
Right.
him
Yeah.
from earlier?
He's right
Isn't
here.
he cute?
He walks up and says, "Hi, I'm Sal."
It's weird. I never heard him say that before.
What do you mean? He says it all the time. Let's go sit down. Go.
I go over to what's a feather, what a candlefoot. I look at him. I'm like, I messed up his pipe a little bit, so if he's acting weird, he's just recovering, okay? And I give him like a little wink.
And Sal looks at you and just starts nodding repeatedly.
I'm just sitting here.
I also want to like sit right here at the edge. Can I like see through the curtain at all over here in the back, towards the back, the staff area?
Not really. It's pulled over like the edges over there. You'd have to pull it aside.
I'm like, just gonna sit at the corner here.
Everyone starts to take their seats as Mr. Light's saying, all right, we're starting soon. The crowning is soon. Not many shows during which, of course, but the crowning itself will be all you need. This I promise. Please sit, friends. And everyone starts hushing and kind of murmuring amongst each other. You guys all take your seats. Are you guys good where you are right now? Okay.
Yes.
And real Sal, you're good over there?
Yeah, are these like bleachers? Like, could I kind of like hide underneath this one?
Yeah,
here.
you could kind of get in there and hide. But go ahead and make a stealth check with advantage. Let's see how good you are at this.
I hope I'm really good.
Two natural rules: breaks the bleachers and everybody finds them.
Okay, you feel a little sneaky, Sal. So, Mr. Light hops up and stands on this tightrope and starts pacing back and forth and says, all right, the crowning is to begin. And how we decide? Well, wouldn't you like to know? That is simply for this to decide, and waves the scepter high into the air and says, sensing your deeds, your fun, your joy, this will decide who's been a good boy or girl. But first, how could I introduce the Witchlight Monarch without my faithful companion? And he motions towards this curtain as it opens up, and Durlagron comes walking out. And Mr. Witch behind, which everyone starts clapping for and cheering. And he gives a little curt nod and a wave and steps to the side. And Durlagron does the same and sits. To which Mr. Light then says, good, my esteemed friend in business and fun, Mr. Witch. All of you know, surely, via your applause. So, why not get down to business? Everyone, you have an opportunity to do something right now, if you want.
I take out my disguise kit and I put some makeup on my face to make my cheeks blush.
All right. Make your cheeks blush?
Mm-hmm. I'm not telling you which ones, though.
That's totally fine.
Is there like a spotlight again?
Right now there is not necessarily a... Actually, yeah, you know what? Yeah, there is. The lights are dimmed and there is a spotlight on Mr. Light right now.
Alright, I'm gonna try and get just a little bit closer.
Oh, I also pour water on my head. Sorry.
You pour some water on your head. Let's see. Is anyone else doing anything?
I'm just gonna kind of like keep my eye on Mr. Witch since he's like literally right here. I'm just gonna
I
eyes
yell
composure
hello.
for what he's doing.
I yell hello at Durlagron, even though I can't understand anything that he says back. And I go, who's a good big kitty?
Okay, you wave and say that. To which Durlagron looks over to you, and you think it's a smile. It's hard to tell being a huge cat, but he tilts his head and nods towards you.
Aw, I give him like a little, like, I don't really stand up, but I give him like a little sat down curtsy.
All right.
I'll tell him I have lollipops for you after this.
Like salmon flavored.
Maybe.
So Mr. Light continues his speech, trying to regale everyone and hype everything up, to which he says, "And now I believe it's time to get started. Don't you agree, Mr. Witch?" To which he says, "I believe rightly so, but to do so, you'll definitely need this," as he takes a box and lobs it up, to which Mr. Light steps over once and catches, and does a curt twirl on the tightrope, not losing his balance at all, and then holds the box firmly in two hands and says, "Yes, a prize. A prize for the one to be chosen, of course. But I suppose we should find out who that is. Is everybody ready?" To which the crowd starts shouting and cheering, and just you hear a lot of people saying, "Me, now it's going to be me. I'm going to be it. Oh no, I'm going to be the monarch." Just everyone seems to be very in the spirit of it. Are you guys saying or doing anything also?
Yeah, I'm just cheering really loudly.
I hear my fans yelling, "Richard, Richard," but it's just Dwayne.
I'm trying to be really hyped for this. I want to be really hyped, but then like I keep remembering the shit in the cave, and I'm just like, but yeah, but it's a roller
Spotlight
coaster.
back on Mr. Light.
The spotlight, yes, it's still on Mr. Light. It's kind of dim over where Mr. Witch is, and your allies, you can see.
I want to try and sneak behind Mr. Witch and kind of stand in this doorway. I don't want to close the door, but...
Are you pulling the curtain back? Because the door
No.
opening implies someone's... oh, it stayed open. That's right.
No. I didn't want to. I just... Oh wait, is it actually closed?
Yeah, when they come through, it's closed. It's a curtain, so
Oh.
this just stays closed. Unless someone's pulling it apart.
Yeah, I don't want to bring attention to myself, so maybe I don't do that.
Sure.
I'll take another step or two forward.
Okay. Mr. Light holds the box in one arm and holds his scepter high and says, "Well, I suppose now's as good a time as ever. All of you seem to be ready. So, let's see. Who is the Witchlight Monarch?" And he holds his staff high as the lights go out, and a beam of light encases the Witchlight vein that he carries in his hand. And then it shoots out into the crowd in a singular direction, completely highlighting Richard.
Let's go!
Oh shit!
Rick!
The crowd
Oh,
erupts in cheers, and Mr. Light swings down, dangling from the rope, and flips over and lands on the ground and says, "Please, sire, if you will, come to me."
Oh, yes, of course.
Mr. Light sets the box down to his side and opens it up, reaches in and pulls out a crown of golden butterflies, and looks to you and tilts his head and says, "Perhaps we'll replace one crown with another?"
Of course. And I will let him change the crowns.
He then slowly places the crown on your head and says, "With this, I do dub thee the Witchlight Monarch." And he sets the crown on your head, and the crowd erupts as Palasha starts to sing. Fireworks go off from near the bleachers, just shooting darts into the sky, exploding into beautiful colors. And then he grabs you by the hand, Richard, and starts walking and parading you up around the arena. Mr. Witch is standing there applauding in a Candlefoot and Palasha singing. Everyone, you have time to do something again now, if you wish.
I assume Mr. Witch is just focused on Rick and Mr. Light.
Everyone's attention is completely on Rick and Mr. Light right now.
So,
This is how I'm dancing.
I'm also, if you don't mind. Sorry.
What are you doing?
I want to kind of just take a step forward. Like, I'm going to stand up from my seat and take a breath. Step forward and be like, and then, like, light up and, oh, what the? Richard won? Oh, Richard!
Mr. Witch sees you yelling this right next to him, is smiling, and he turns and says, better luck next time, I suppose, my friends. Someone can always be the Witchlight Monarch in the end.
Seeing him turn.
That's
towards Larry.
ridiculous. Yeah, I'm gonna kind of try to keep him turned away even further from the crowd, from the center.
I walk up right behind him, and I wanna yoink that
Bullshit! I can't.
pocket watch.
I tried so hard. I complimented all those people. I comfort zone. I didn't like talking to them. Maybe that was the problem.
So, Sal, it looks like the watch is clipped into his inner pocket, so if you try to just snatch it, he'll surely feel it. Do you have a dagger, some thieves' tools, or anything sharp to cut it, perhaps?
I mean, I got my sword.
That'll do it.
I also have. I don't know how this would work, but I have. Oh, what the hell was it? Flame blade.
So just a heads up, if you use that will be very. That will draw
They'll know
all the
you're
attention
there.
to you. I'll put it that way.
It is a fiery sword, and you earn some.
Isn't he wonderful?
What about
Fucking Rick.
primal savagery? Makes my like fingernails really long. Like, what if I?
Oh yeah, that could work
Like-
as a blade, like a little dagger.
Yeah, like rip the chain or whatever it is.
Okay, so to cut the chain with your primal savagery as you grow your fingernails. This is going to be a very important check for you, Sal. Make a sleight of
So I'll
hand
remember
check.
that. Shake my ass.
Like, we kind of like talking to Mr. Witch, like, so, I don't
With
get what
potion of
what did
advantage.
he do that I didn't do?
And I'm
And
also
inspiration.
going to use my inspiration.
Yeah, you have
And his
advantage right
bardic inspiration too, baby.
He wants all the advantages. Give him
Yeah.
advantages.
How
What
do
are his
I?
advantages? How does he make advantages work?
What is the bardic inspiration?
Oh, let me like that real
Give me
quick.
like a plus to a roll. Gives me
you-
+3 to my roll.
now. Yeah, what to
Oh,
do,
yes.
Richard?
Oh, did I not link it? Did it not link?
You linked a number.
Why did that link and not?
You rolled it.
My bad.
Creature gains 1d6. Within the next 10 minutes, you can roll the die and add the number rolled to an ability check. So you roll a d6, Sal.
All right, I'm rolling a d6.
Let's go.
Did you use your inspiration too to reroll?
No, I just had the advantage.
Do you want to use your inspiration?
No, I'll just use the second sleight of hand. 12 plus 6, make it an 18.
Okay. So, cautiously, you take your sharpened fingernail. You place it under this watch while Mr. Witch is conversing with Larian, and quickly slip your finger up. As the chain cuts, you reach your other hand out and grab the watch. And then Mr. Witch continues discussing with Larian about how maybe he'll win another time.
Oh my god. Let's go.
You have the watch in your
Fucking
possession,
Rick's
Sal.
muted.
All right.
Rick, you're
I
so
will-
hype and you're muted.
I was just mouthing it.
Okay.
If I try and get around him, like to be like over here,
Yeah, if
is
you
there
want to.
like any kind of like roll or anything I need to make?
What are you trying to do?
I just want to be closer to the group.
Okay,
You know,
yeah,
I've got the watch. I want to be next to my friends.
Yeah, that's fine. Mr. Light finishes parading you around the arena and says, Now for the true parade. We will walk through the carnival, singing your name, hailing your praises, Richard D. Ross. Please join me as we go everywhere and shout your names to the far corners of the world. Come, come! And he grabs your hand and motions for the crowd to follow. To which everyone, Mr. Witch, Durlagron, Palasha, everyone, including the crowd, follow behind. As everyone starts heading behind you, Richard, on this parade, as you exit the big top with Mr. Light. It's going to be too much work to move everybody, so I'll say...
I just sit back and console. It's better luck next time, Larry.
While Mr. Witch is walking away too, can I like take a final look at him and try to spot the watch?
Oh yeah, when you look at him, he keeps it tucked away in one of his front pockets. You knew that, so looking from behind, you can't really tell at all where the watch is.
Like I wanted to do before it's away, but okay.
And everyone starts to exit the big
yeah.
top, except you guys.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, Buck, I didn't really care. I just wanted to keep him distracted. I hope I was able to get to him, but he's just sitting in the bleachers the whole time.
I'll whisper really, really
Yeah,
low.
why is Sal in the bleachers with us?
I thought he was supposed to
watch.
Oh, what's the fuck? The king.
How did you throw your
Richard told
voice?
us. Richard told us.
I look closer. I look closer at the imposter, Sal. How did you throw your voice behind me?
It's me.
I'm talking to the Kinku.
Hi, I'm Sal.
Your back of your head.
Yeah, I know you're Sal. How did you throw your voice?
I lean into Baka. No, Baka. That's the Kanku. Richard told us about the plan. Sal's behind us.
I got the watch. Now
And I
what?
guess.
I
think
hate
it'd
it
be-
here.
Well, maybe we should just follow Richard now with everybody else.
Doesn't Sal need to like become uninvisible or something?
Is there are there people still like around, or is everybody kind of cleared out? Started like
Yeah,
they're
like we're waiting.
walking away towards the far end.
Everyone
You said it
seems
was
to be
us
just...
in here.
Yeah, it's just y'all. Everyone's exited out of the big top. Richard, you're kind of on autopilot for a moment. You are having to do kingly duties right now, being led around the entire carnival with everyone
Duties.
singing and cheering.
I'm kissing babies.
Shadow Stream, you can revert back to normal. Sal can.
How
Are
do
we
I make
sure
a
we're
potion
alone
or
though?
not?
No. I think we should go out and like.
Oh wait, yeah. Can you do that?
We're leaving.
Do what?
We wanna
Could he
go out,
just
like-
stop the invisibility?
Yeah, if you wanted to.
Yeah, but we need
If
to
he
go
just has to
to-
take an action.
We need to go to a different spot. If they just show up, middle of a fucking tent, they're gonna know something's up.
Yeah, but nobody's here. He'll just be walking out with us as if he was here the whole time, which he was.
There are people behind the tent wall. I'm sure.
Yeah, let's find a spot outside.
I'll just follow along. Still invisible.
Okay, so all of you guys head outside?
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Let's go back to the.
As you head outside, you can see a huge swath of people circling around this direction with seemingly Richard's been hoisted up into the air right now. He's being held up, and everyone's cheering and just celebrating him as he gets further and further away.
I'm gonna find like a little alcove or like a little side tree or something.
Sure, you guys can creep into a side area that seems unoccupied. It's pretty easy
Yeah.
right now. The whole carnival's just celebrating Richard at the moment.
I'm just looking at the Kinku and I'm like, that's uncanny. You look just like him.
The Kinku stares at you just blankly. Or Sal does,
Like-
rather.
I'm like pinching his cheek and shit. I'm like, oh my god. How did
can,
you do that?
He slaps your hand away.
You can revert to normal.
I'll I guess dash?
Why?
Well, it has to be like an attack action, like maybe like punch yourself in the side.
Yourselves.
All right, I'll punch my thigh.
Okay, you slam your thigh with your right fist, and it stings a bit, and you pop out of invisibility. And as soon as other Sal sees you, they revert back to their Kenku form.
Hi, I'm Sal.
Hi, I'm Sal.
I guess he does say it a lot. We should catch up to everybody then, and I guess cheer for Richard.
I give the Kinku a red lollipop. It's cherry flavor.
The Kenku looks at it and just shakes her head.
What do you mean?
Never take from a stranger.
But we're friends.
You took my cupcake.
You did
And then
take
the
the
Kenku then looks at you and says, "Utility, my friend, utility." And looks back to you, Baka.
I ate the cupcake.
Smart. She's smart.
It was dusty and hairy.
I'm gonna take out the rainbow lollipop Baka gave me at the beginning. I'm just gonna pop it in my mouth. Eat
Yeah,
it
you
for
can
comfort.
pop in your mouth. Are you guys just following along the caravan now behind everybody?
That's
Yeah.
like
Okay.
I eat the lollipop instead. And then I get really sad and I set it away.
Your team lags behind, Richard, but you are paraded around this entire carnival, kind of in a figure 8 motion. Passing all of the attractions and rides, people applauding, flowers and petals being thrown above, until you're finally done circling and arrive back in front of the big top, to which you're hoisted back to the ground, finally. As Mr. Light looks out and addresses the crowd. Everyone, thank you so much for enjoying the carnival. We will be in your realm for another 6 days. If you find us again, lucky you. But thank you so much for coming to the Witchlight Carnival. And a few more fireworks all around the carnival shoot up into the sky and explode into extravagant patterns of flowers and trees. And everyone claps and cheers until things
clap,
quiet
too.
down and people finally start to leave. Mr. Light then turns to you, Richard, and grabs hold of your golden butterfly crown and says, "Well, another excellent show. Good fun by all, and you chosen. How lucky you must feel."
Luck has nothing to do with it. Just skill, baby.
Well, the crown is not for keeps, but the title is very real, my friend. Very real. There are things you have now that you did not before. You now have the charm of the Monarch, he says, smiling down at you.
What's the charm of the Monarch?
So, at your choosing, at any time, you can sprout a pair of beautiful butterfly wings. As long as you have those wings, you can fly. And it'll make it much easier to talk to people. Or in your case, perhaps lie to people? And he winks at you.
You talk to ladies?
Whatever you wish to do, of course. Just know it only has a few uses. I believe you can only do this 3 times, was it? I believe it was 3 times. Yes, 3 times.
Like, how long can I fly for?
I believe it lasts about an hour. And
Hell yeah, brother.
Richard, just so you have the specifics, this is called the Charm of the Monarch, and you literally sprout butterfly wings out of your back. You have a flying speed equal to your walking speed, and you get a +5 to all charisma-based ability checks. It lasts 1 hour, has 3 uses, and then the power completely vanishes.
Is that something I can put on my sheet, or?
Yes, you type that down somewhere in your notes or something, and I can tell you again if you want.
We'll put it in my notes, and then we'll mess around with the sheet later.
Yeah.
Hell
Mr.
yeah. That's...
Mr. Light takes the crown and places it back in its box, to which a Candlefoot nearby takes it from him and then heads back into the big top. And then he says, "Well, I have to get with Mr. Witch and prepare to pack up. It'll probably be another wind down of 10 to 30 minutes, so take your time, but the attractions will be closed. But Please, Monarch, do as you will. And he bows to you.
I'm finally able to use the VIP bathroom.
The VIP bathroom is simply,
The
I
staff
suppose,
area bathroom.
a nearby tree of your choosing. All a VIP in the eyes of the Fae.
What about the staff area? Can I finally go back there and freshen up?
Even the Monarch is not allowed to stay in the staff area if they're not staff, hence the staff area. But if you
was
wanted
worth
to
a
come
shot.
back for a minute, you could.
Yeah, I would like to talk to some of the guys here that I met along the way.
If you wish. But please, give us just a moment to finish up some business. As Mr. Witch walks
Okay.
back into the big top and kind of tilts his hat towards you. And Mr. Light walks in as well. Glancing at the rest of you as well. Wait, no, you guys were in a side area, weren't you? You're not out in the open.
Well, we followed the parade, and then I guess as everybody started dispersing, we went back to find Richard.
Okay.
So we probably came back up to him, like, as he was finishing his talk with Mr. Light, or as Mr. Light was
Yeah, that
departing,
sounds about right.
You see Mr. Witch and Mr. Light head back through the big top, as you all are now just standing outside, with the crowd getting smaller and smaller and smaller.
Congratulations, Richard. I bow.
Good job, Rick. But we all know who the real VIP is, and I pull the watch out of my pocket and show it to him.
And I was like, you motherfucker, hide that shit now!
Yeah, Sal, keep that close. Keep it secret, keep it safe.
Guys, I can turn into a butterfly with a watch.
No,
No,
I can turn into a butterfly too. It's not
That
special.
sounds like something you might want to save.
I'm the king, I can do what I want! Also, we have VIP access to the staff area, baby!
Oh, we might want to go back there
Hell
and
yeah. And
We'll ask
I,
questions.
yeah, they're gonna be having some trouble.
Almost what I call her.
Kettle Stream, what are you gonna do?
Kettlestream looks to you all and then says, "Leverage, my friends, leverage. Now's the time."
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe
I
you should
agree.
go back though.
Let's get Rick's handwriting back. Yeah.
What's
Kettlestream
that?
looks at you and then looks ahead and says, "Fools, lead the charge. I'll follow."
All right.
We want
yeah,
to
just
straight up
go
tell them
early
we
then.
had
Yeah,
it.
that sounds good.
what? Y'all
Kettlestream
both
knows
talk
I
at the
have
same
it.
time.
No, do we want to straight up tell Witch and Light that we have the watch?
Oh. No, I think we should ask some questions first.
Yeah, well, I think we should ask some questions and
We
perhaps
should
offer to help first.
have some allies
See if we can get some information.
there as well too to back us up.
Yeah,
We
Biggins
should.
will be there.
Let's
You
just see if we
Burley?
can get some
Yeah, Biggins.
more info first.
All right, to the staff area.
Who the hell is Biggins?
Who is
Everybody knows Biggins. We met him.
His
You
name
mean
was Burley.
Burley?
No, Biggins.
Okay.
So you guys all head through the big top into the
Come on,
staff
Toad Hop.
area. And when you arrive, you could see Mr. Witch and Mr. Light kind of chatting back and forth. They look like they're a little tired, exhausted from today's festivities, but they look normal. There didn't seem any signs of panic or anything around the area. Candlefoot and Burley seem to be packing up a few of the caravans nearby, just consolidating everything. And a clown still smoking a bubble pipe sits aside the main cart in the back. No one's paying any mind to you at the moment.
I point at Burley and I say, "Look, there he is, Biggins."
Oh, Biggins, right. The fuck is so? I will back over the Kinku to make sure the Kinku's still there. So
And she's still there.
Yo, what's up, Big B?
When you say that, Burley turns and says, "Oh, it's you all. Hello. Congratulations as well, Monarch."
Thank you. We just came back here to talk to you, and I give him a big old wink
Okay.
before we set off.
Sure. Yeah. And he starts walking towards you. How can I help you?
And I start saying pretty out loud, do you know where the VIP bathroom is?
Okay.
And then I'm like, shh, we got the watch.
Good. Find out what you can, please. The bathrooms are any of the trees. Will do. Use the leaves to wipe. I need to finish this over here.
What up?
And
None of these are poison leaves, are they?
after you yell that, actually everyone's kind of glancing at you. Candlefoot looks and immediately turns and smiles and waves. Mr. Witch and Mr. Light look, and they smile at first, and then their smiles kind of turn to like a little bit of confusion, as Mr. Light calls out, "Well, look at that! The troublemaker shows themselves at last, on the last hour. Well, technically the last hour. The carnival ended 10 minutes ago." Mr. Witch steps forward and says, "You finally show yourself after all this, and you're in tow with you all and the Monarch. What is this?"
We have some questions.
The Kanku, don't worry about her. We stopped her shenanigans and calmed her down a while ago, actually.
Mr. Light turns to Mr. Witch and says, "We did stop hearing reports a couple hours ago. That sounds to be correct. And the Monarch's with them after all. The Witch Vein chose them. Surely there's reason." It was Mr. Witch sighs and says, "I suppose you're right. Oh, come over here. I don't want to yell across the camp."
Let's take a seat at the fire.
What the
Yes, but do not sit in the purple chair with the lute. It is in turn a mimic for troublemakers.
I don't know
Wait,
which
okay.
one's purple. I'm colorblind.
No, it was just me. I was
That one.
Wait. So that was a
I'm
mimic.
just gonna stand. I'm just gonna stand here with my arms.
I'm just gonna sit on Stovey. No, you can sit. In
I'm
the
gonna
chair.
I'm gonna take my I'm gonna stand next to the king.
I literally sit on Stovey.
As Mr. Light sits next to the purple chair, it kind of like wobbles back and forth, and you see a tongue just lick out from it. To which Mr. Light pats it and said, Now, Mimsy, calm down. No one's sitting on you today."
So you're saying if I would have sat on that chair, they would have looked my butt.
More accurately, if you sat on that chair, it would try to eat your ass.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
Don't threaten me with a good time, Mr. Light.
Oh, I assure you, if you'd be lucky to have a good time, likely more to miss a buttock or two.
So anyway,
Kelstream crosses her arms and just stares at both of them as she approaches.
so we do come here, and I want to preface that we don't mean any harm or disruptions to your festival. However, we do have some questions.
Questions, of course. Well, we're very busy. We really need to wrap up, rest, and travel to our next destination. So please, Monarch aside, make your questions hasty.
Where's the carnival going next?
We intend to head north up the coast. About, maybe it's 200 miles from here.
If we were to go, do we have to buy new tickets to get in, or if we still have punches on our old tickets, can we still get in?
Witchlight Monarchs enter for free. The rest would have to pay
Hey.
again.
Hey.
It's very rare to have another Witchlight Monarch on the carnival, though. Seeing as we're so far away, you must possess some talents to travel with us.
No, a good carriage. We've had a lot of fun here. I'm gonna do it again.
I believe you will, friend, and I hope I would see you again, but surely you didn't simply come to ask where we'll be again, did you?
Unfortunately not. And I kind of just look at everyone out of character right now. I'm like, should I ask him about the pig lady?
Well, yeah, it might be good to ask like about that, and then also.
Work our way up.
Yeah,
Yeah, just
sorry,
like a
I'm
weird
trying to let you take the lead because you're the Monarch.
True.
Yeah, but I don't want to go too far.
Yeah.
I think you should start off with like the pig lady and stuff. Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then,
let's start finding out
and
more
then go
about
to
the
appearances
pig.
and stuff like that.
We saw some
Oh.
weird stuff. Like there
Mhm.
was a guy who disappeared.
So, Mr. Light, I just want to say we had such a fun time at your carnival. It was very, very great time, but we did notice some things out of the ordinary that caught our eye, and I was wondering if you could help us calm our thoughts of it.
Well, I
This
can
sounds
certainly attempt.
paranormal.
So there were a couple creatures that we bumped into along our way that kind of came at us the wrong way, and one of them was a lady wearing a pig mask.
They both frown immediately when you say that. Yes, go on.
And when we saw her, she was kind of just staring there, frozen, and it was very creepy, and it seemed like I'm not sure if she needed help or if she was hurting the festival. So we were concerned about it, but no one wanted to talk about it.
They both look to each other with a bit of disdain in their faces, and then turn to you, and then Mr. Light leads off. Horses are at work on the other side that are entirely beyond our control. And Mr. Witch adds, the wheel of time turns ever on. What's lost is lost, what's gone is gone.
How
What
do
do
we
you
get
mean by
like
that?
handwriting back?
Simply put, there are things happening that simply must happen.
What things?
He looks down towards the campfire and says, things I wish to not go into detail of. Things that the safest thing you can do is turn a blind eye. For everyone's sake. Yours included.
I stood up
Whoa.
on Stovey. Well, you better start going into detail. Sal, show him the goods.
I look at Baka.
Not Sal, don't
I'm
show him the goods.
hesitant. I look at
Before you-
Larry, I look at Richard. I'm looking for like a nod.
I give him a quick no, real quick, because I have a question.
I put like my fingers up just a little bit, just to hold.
All right. I hold.
You know, Mr. Witch and Mr. Light, we were not completely honest with you. I know coming from when we were speaking to you earlier. I know coming from me, that must be a shocker. But I would like to reveal our true nature, if you don't mind.
They just look over at you with a slight expression of confusion.
So yes, we are entertainers. However, money was tight with that, and we've kind of developed ourselves into a reputation of adventurers instead. And we've been going around helping folks in need, obviously for payment, but also we kind of help those who we care about as well.
I'm just watching Richard.
And from what I can tell, there seems to be some mischievous things going on here at the carnival that we would like to help you out with.
Mr. Witch looks at you with a bit of a worried expression and says, you seek to help me, then simply drop what you're doing and enjoy yourself, Monarch. You've won. You've enjoyed the carnival and got crowned. I assure you, whatever you're offering, your help is unneeded.
I'll look at him. Can I do a insight on that? See how he's looking.
Sure, go and make an insight check. Oh, that's really good. Judging by his expression, you see it with the utmost seriousness you've ever seen. He is staring at you, locked eyes, and every word he says, he means to the fullest.
I can tell you that you would not like this to get us involved out of our own sake. But at least let us hear what's going on, and we can try to help in some small way possible.
Kind of already involved.
Mr. Light.
Whatever it may
Oh, go ahead.
be, Whatever it may be, I don't think it's something that we can just turn a blind eye to. we were all here for something. We're trying to figure out what that is, and we're pretty sure it's related to this.
Mr. Light turns to Mr. Witch for a second with his eyebrows raised. Mr. Witch just stares at him. Then Mr. Light looks at you all and says, "My friends, it is Mr. Witch says. Simply put, there is nothing to be involved with. Things are happening because they're happening, and the carnival moves on."
I interject in the middle of it. Why are people disappearing?
Both of them go
Wood.
hushed. And Mr. Witch just repeats himself with a stern expression, looking back down at the campfire and says, "What's lost is lost."
Well, there must be a way to get them back.
Mr. Light just kind of looks off to the side. His cheery expression completely dropped now. And he says, perhaps not. If anyone was allowed, maybe. But alas, the blind eye must stay.
You're having your own coworkers, your own employees losing their friends and family, your guests losing their loved ones. And you're just going to turn a blind eye to that?
Hell yeah, get a Rick.
Mr. Witch closes both of his eyes and says, "What's lost is lost."
What are you going to do? Keep continuing this carnival and more people keep disappearing? There must be something we can do.
And then Mr. Light will respond, "I'm afraid that's simply the way the world will work. The carnival will go on. Hopefully nothing bad continues to happen. Maybe it'll stop. Maybe there was a reason behind it. Either way, we will go on with our show and bring joy to many. And for the others..." And he turns back and just looks at Mr. Witch, which he just gives one nod, and then Mr. Light goes silent.
A man disappeared in front of us.
Out of character, real quick. I'm gonna say something about. I think we should say something about, but not show it.
I got you.
So, I'm gonna, Mr. Witch. If you say what's lost is lost, then it's just gone, right?
Mr. Witch just looks up to you, but he doesn't nod or say anything.
Well, that'd be a real shame because I happen to notice. When's the last time you checked for your watch?
He furrows his brow a little bit as you say that, and reaches it into his coat pocket and grabs the chain, and immediately feels it much lighter as he looks down at his empty hand and his eyes go wide. And Mr. Light just leans back with this expression and just covers his mouth while looking at Mr. Witch, who then stands up immediately and says, "What is this? What have you done?"
This is us not turning a blind eye.
Please,
we own the carnival now.
You don't understand. Without that watch, there is no carnival.
Then there won't be any more disappearances.
Mr. Witch clenches his eyes tightly and just almost like he's looking at the campfire, but he's just thinking. It looks like he's out of a bit of a panic as he takes a deep breath and says, "Please, if I will tell you all I can tell you. If you swear you will give me my watch back."
We'll think about it if it leads us to satisfactory answers.
He sits down as Mr. Light pats him on the thigh and looks at you all and says, "Oh, you lot are a lot more devious than I expected. Shame, shame, Monarch. Shame, shame." And he shakes his head at you, Richard.
I look at him. I'm not the guy running a carnival where people are disappearing.
We really do want to help.
Light. Shame, shame, Light.
We just want to make the carnival a better place. We weren't lying when we said we had a good time here, but it could be better.
Also, stealing people's things?
Yeah,
or
that
like
too,
their
apparently
abilities and shit? That's weird.
Yeah, give Richard his handwriting back.
Yeah, why can't he write? I mean, he couldn't really write, that well before, but...
And apparently that one lost her fashion sense. Just look at her. I mean,
I look
it makes
great.
sense.
I just smell a little smoky. Need a
I
bath.
couldn't even draw a stick figure anymore.
Mr. Witch lets out another long, audible sigh and says, "There is a land beyond the mirrors called Prismere. Whoever sneaks into the carnival without a ticket is normally robbed of something precious. Whoever has a grievance here and is down or disdainful is lost. But I know that whatever is stolen always finds its way to Prismere. That is
How do we
also
get there?
where the carnival's patron resides, which never made sense to me. The Archfey Zabilna is also in Prismere. I don't know why this happens, but if we were to go against her, it would be the end of all of this. But even telling you this may invoke something to all of us, but I have no choice if you have my watch.
I look over to the Keknu or whatever it's called.
Kenku.
King.
Kettle string.
Keknu. Yep.
Let us come with you and help. Maybe we can
Well-
prevent some of this stuff from happening.
We were told that the Fey patron needs help.
Yeah.
The Kenku then starts squawking out, "Danger! Danger!" Her power is missing. To which Mr. Witch just looks up at her and then says, "Why? I wouldn't know what to say about that, or why, or how. Perhaps something was stolen from you then as well. You mentioned also your fashion sense and your writing, perhaps. Have you ever snuck into this carnival before?"
It's the whole reason I joined the circus.
When I was a kid.
Then I suppose fate continues on as it has. If you wish, truly wish, there is a gateway here, a mirror world. It is a one-way portal. I can show you all how to get to Prismere, but I warn you, I do not know how to get back.
What of the other anomalies here? The pig mask, the shadow, a frog?
Mr. Light speaks up and says, "Agents from Prismere, no doubt. Whose agents? Hard to say. Larger forces at work and whatnot. Dangerous forces. Forces you speak of and end up missing yourselves."
But one day they just came in through Prismere and demanded residence here at the carnival.
Mr. Witch shakes his head. Some pact, some deal we didn't know about in the trade. Something attached to the carnival already. When we switched. You see, this wasn't always our carnival. Two Drow used to own it. We had another carnival. Much less exciting, I must argue. But they were bored of what they had, and we wanted to try something different as well. They have our old carnival, we have theirs. But theirs came with extra activities, you could say, of such permanent disappearances and thefts from simple sneaker inners. And he just takes his hat off and starts rubbing his forehead.
Is he bald under his hat?
Asking them important questions.
Yes.
I like to imagine that he is. What happened to Rick?
I don't know what happened to Rick. Oh, his camera's just
He's
up.
He's a
Fell
black
out.
box.
I don't know.
Right.
Whatever.
He might be DCing then.
He might be DCing.
Do you have any regrets about taking over this carnival?
Of course I do. It's supposed to be fun for everyone. Families, children, men, women, all races, all heights, all types. Joy is not worth the loss of random fairgoers. It shouldn't be that way, but we've had no choice. Simply make do. Make sure those that stay and have fun, have fun. And those that go missing, well, just another whimsy of the Fae and Witchlight.
So, you say that Sibylna is the Fae patron of this carnival, correct?
Mr. Light nods at you.
So, and you say she's in this other world. Are you listening to her instructions?
I want an insight. Is he like being sincere?
Mr. Witch shakes his head to your question, Richard. And go ahead and make an insight check, Bago.
Can I make one too?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, yeah. Just want to roll some dice. And use my inspiration to take that 17, I guess.
Now, if you use your inspiration, you have to roll again. Because technically you can't...
Oh, you want me to roll again?
Yeah, you can't... if you know what it's going to be, you can't use it for that. Like, for instance...
Okay, I'm gonna use it anyway. I mean, we don't have much time left, and I drink this potion. Actually, wait, the potion lasts for an hour, right? So it would just stave?
Yeah, it stays for a whole hour. And it's only been like 10 minutes. Maybe 15 now.
Disregard, then I don't do the second roll. I'm gonna keep the inspiration. Let the potion keep going. I forgot. It's not actually inspiration.
You see a blank expression on his face, Larry, and you can't really tell where his mind's at or what he's thinking. But Baka, you peer at him, and you see a broken expression. Light fear behind his eyes, and sadness in his face.
All right, I've decided, and then like I hop off Stovey.
So they're not following the Sibylna's instructions. Is that what I got from that?
Yeah, he just shook his head at you.
Whose instructions are you following? Who's telling you what to do?
No one's telling us what to do.
Some things you have to deal with then, and not ask questions about.
I'll give back the watch.
I am Sal.
He nods and then says, "Oh, go ahead."
Well, I was in
I've already decided.
Well,
Let's go to
they
the
need to
portal
show
first.
us. They need to show us how to get into Prismir first.
Look at this man. They're fine. I promise. And then like I pull out two rainbow lollipops and I hand them to both. And then I pull out a third lollipop that's like purple and I throw it at the mimic chair.
Mr. Witch just takes it and stares at it. And Mr. Light just pops it in his mouth immediately. And as soon as you throw it at the chair, the top part of it comes up and you see these huge teeth, each one about as long as your hand, just chomp down on it immediately.
Good boy. I can trust these people. Come on, Sal. Give them a watch.
How about
They'll show us.
I look over at Sal? We're not giving the watch back until they take us to.
They'll show us. Why?
I agree. Show us where the portal is. Show us how to activate the portal. We're going to Prismir. I will give the watch back.
Mr. Witch says, "But please, if I show you the portal and do the recant, what's to stop you from just jumping in with my watch?"
You have my word.
You have to show. We have to show trust first, guys. He's told us all this stuff. I don't
look
think,
at the
I
watch.
think that they're being sincere. All the
Just look
people
at the
that work
watch.
here love it here for the most part.
How about
Literally
we give
just-
the watch?
Did y'all not listen to one person that we talked to that works here and has been here? Every single one of them vouch for these guys.
Well, why don't
Every
we get
one of them.
Why don't we get one of them involved then? We can give them the watch to hold on to us until we get over to there, and then he can give it back. And
Oh,
I like that idea.
a motion
Burley.
towards Burley.
Yeah, I
Hey,
trust Burley.
Higgins.
No one seems to be paying attention to y'all right now except Thaco. You guys have been talking around a crackling campfire, so your conversation's kind of between you guys. Are you calling out to Burley?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. He turns and says, "Oh, well, what's up, guys? Oh, well, look like you're having a serious conversation."
We got
Come
something
here.
for you.
You should do us a favor.
What is it?
Alright, I need you to hold on to this pocket watch, buddy.
What? Mr. Witch's watch?
Until we say.
Until we go through this portal, and then you can give it back to them.
But Mr. Witch and Mr. Light are good people. You should give it back to them.
That's what I said.
We look over to Mr. Witch and Mr. Light. Are you okay with Burley holding on it until we go into the portal? Is he someone you can trust?
Mr. Witch says to you, Richard, "Of course I trust him. I trust all of my assistants. I've told you so much, yet you clearly don't trust me, and while I could see why, it saddens me that even now you would still hold ransom the carnival."
Well, I trust you. And I'm the one that's the most suspicious 90% of the time. So this is odd for me.
We come from a tough background. What can I say? So
You
that's the
are
deal.
the least suspicious
That's-
person. You trust everyone.
That's the deal then. We get to watch to Burley. We go to the portal. Once we go to the portal, we go in. He gives it back to you. Sound like a plan?
And like, I'm really sorry.
Mr. Witch motions towards Burley and says, "Burley, take the watch, and under my order, do not give it to me until they're through to Prismere." To which Burley has like a scared expression on his face as he looks back and forth. Says, "Are you sure, Mr. Witch? Surely they only meant to borrow it. They were going to give it back no matter what. They're nice people like you. Surely." Mr. Witch holds up his hands and says, "Regardless of what you see them as, they don't trust us. Just do as I say." To which Mr. Burley, with a very sad expression on his face, just half-heartedly turns towards you, Sal, and holds out his hand.
I'll put the pocket watch right in his hand.
And he puts it away in his own pocket.
You guys trusted me with the damn wolves, but won't trust me with this shit then. And I hop back on Stovey.
Mr. Witch stands up. Oh, go ahead.
Got a fucking 300-pound wolf that I'm holding in the air. Stop shooting it, guys. Let's make friends. These two
I
guys
have no idea
over
what you're
here,
talking about.
clearly not a threat. Let's not trust them. Ah! I'm just mumbling off to myself.
Mr. Witch
Oh, now Rocket doesn't know anything.
stands
Ah!
up and nods towards Mr. Light, who hops up, still high energy, and says, "Well, if you don't mind, I'll take the lead. Follow me. We are heading to the Hall of Illusions."
I knew it!
And Mr. Light starts walking around you guys with Mr. Witch in tow, heading through the big top. Do you guys follow?
Yep.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
That's where we're going to end tonight's session.
Successful heist.
You guys are so paranoid.
Look,
Like,
I-
seriously.
we were
Like,
told
when
over
we
and
did
over and
the
over,
wolf-
don't trust what you see.
We're not gonna give up our
Right.
trump
Over and
card.
over.
When we went and did the wolves, everybody trusted me with those wolves. This is like a freaking huge ass wolf, and I'm just like, no, it's fine, guys. We gotta trust this giant wolf that can rip our throats out in like 2 seconds. It's totally cool.
Wolves
We're
of Welton.
friends now.
Check it on YouTube.
Yeah. This
Um,
guy, I'm like, guys, we could totally trust him. I clearly gave them rainbow lollipops, and y'all are like, no, fuck them. Baka doesn't know what she's talking about. Fuck her.
I can't trust them.
I
man.
told you there was something to the lollipops. Y'all pay attention. There are very
Well.
few people who get those.
I love how this was playing out.
Yeah, I got one. By the way, I put mine back in my bag.
You
Wow,
ate
no.
half of it.
No.
You
Slow
pulled it
burn.
out and ate some.
How many
Yeah,
times
it's
is
a
told,
burn.
don't trust everything
I
you
thought
see.
it lasted forever.
That's true. But I wasn't trusting what I was seeing. I was
I-
trusting my check.
I don't distrust their intentions.
Well,
But
I was
they
also.
didn't want to be forthcoming when we didn't present the watch to them, so they don't
That's true.
get the watch back without giving
But
us.
they
Perfect.
also like all their caretaker or all their employees
And I
and
rolled a
everything.
4.
Everybody's like, yeah, I totally trust them. Yeah, they're totally fucking great. I've been with the carnival for years. Fucking fantastic.
Yeah, but they also
Well-
live under a shadow of fear.
That's true.
Yeah, and I rolled a 4, so bleh.
That's true. I
Yeah,
just
Larry can see
thought, at this point they'd be like, oh, okay, sure, whatever.
I'm sure it
Well-
would have been fine, but I don't know. I guess the way my character plays is that I'm not really that trusted.
Yeah, I just didn't think
Typically
there
in
was a
this
reason to give it
kind
back
of
to me yet.
Yeah, that's fine.
You're the Witchlight
It's not about
Monarch.
trust.
aren't you?
My character's overly trusting. It works out.
You got the crown, and you got paraded through town.
You sure did, and then right away you wanted to waste a charge.
Yeah.
He totally should have. That would have been
Show
awesome.
off. Just a fucking.
I was like, oh man, I should have let him do it.
That was good though. Y'all solved a bunch of stuff. You nicked the watch, and then you interrogated the owners, and now you're being taken to a portal. A portal.
To
It's
the
gonna
Chateau
open up.
Realm.
Chapter
Probably should
2,
have gotten
finally.
some stuff before we went.
Chapter 2?
Yeah, that was all chapter 1 you just went through. You guys just finished chapter 1. I will need to look up and see what that means for levels. I don't know if y'all level since you started higher than you were supposed to, but I'll look
Now
into
we're
it.
level 20. Hell yeah, let's go.
I need one level. No, I need one level, please.
Oh, let's see.
Please.
I
My
gotta,
spec doesn't work without it.
I gotta look and
need
we'll
to
see.
beat Dice God.
Your spec sure works.
No, it
How long was that conversation, would you say? Actually, how long did you say the whole crowning and then parade thing was?
The crowning event was the final hour, so that whole event took about. I won't say it took an hour. It wouldn't take an hour. It took like 30 minutes.
Okay. And then the conversation, like 10 or so?
About 15.
15? I got a little bit of time left on this potion.
Yeah, that's true. 15. We got about 15 minutes. Yeah, 15 minutes of it. All right. Well, yeah, a lot of stuff happened. I guess let's go ahead and get out of here. Everyone who's been watching, thank you very much for watching this session. It's been another Wild Beyond the Witchlight episode 7 specifically. We do this every Wednesday night on Twitch at 8:30 p.m. Central. You can also find our videos on YouTube soon. I have a ton of uploads there already. None of this one. I'm still working on a thumbnail. You can see Richard's cat there hanging out. You want to see more of that? Definitely come back and watch those videos.
Sometimes even shits on the bed.
True. Yeah, it's an extra special night. If you want to be here for that, you'll see some cat unhappily pooping on a bed because he wanted something, and if he can't get what he wants, he's gonna poop there. So what are you gonna do?
Well, the cat is happy about
Oh
it.
man, I'll
The
show
cat's
you
fine
my
happy about
cat. I'll show you my cat pooping in the tub.
I hate that. I hate that he poops in the tub. That's
I'd
so
rather
gross.
him poop in the tub than in
Then on your bed.
other places. Yeah, I'd rather him poop in the tub than on my bed.
You guys think Finny looks crazy?
Yes,
It looks like a
my
cat.
cat's crazy.
Looks happy.
That's a crazy cat right there.
He's got his legs and feet tucked in. Pet him and see what he does. Probably does nothing,
Hello.
right?
Wait,
Oh,
that's
he's gonna be-
Frankie. That's a girl.
No, this is Finny.
That's,
that's
Vinny.
Vinny?
Frankie's the black one.
Oh,
See,
no, he doesn't
Vinny
like
don't
that.
like it.
He doesn't like that.
Vinny
He's thinking
doesn't
about
like
getting
it.
you.
Yeah, Vinny doesn't like it.
All right, I'm gonna finish this out. We also stream Monday nights. That's my Avernus campaign at 7 p.m. Central. So check that out too. We're nearing the end where it's gonna be a pretty big potential battle or conversation or betrayal. So something's gonna go down. We'll see. What else? Still working on the studio. That'll be around New Year's. All the subs go towards that. It's helped out immensely. Actually, thanks to subs from all you guys, we have gotten another tool we're going to use. It's like it's a Focusrite. I think that's what it's called. It's like a cool little amp to digital volume thingy. I don't know. Moose is good with this stuff. I don't know what the heck these things are. But it's something we need for our studio, so thank you for that. We appreciate it. Any more subs, we'll go towards more equipment for all that stuff. And I think that's all I have. Check the YouTube Cloak and Stagger. Check the Twitch Cloak and Stagger. Yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching, everybody. Y'all have a good evening.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Good night.
Bye.
Bye.